So one of the biggest issues that came down for Stellantis in the last 2 years was that their former CEO, Carlos Tavares, basically killed the Hemi for a short period of time because they didn't want to continue to uh, pay carbon credits. They didn't want to buy these carbon credits from Tesla to be able to offset their carbon footprint for putting out Hemis. So they wanted to go full EV and hurricane engines, basically, and a smaller and whatever the inline four smaller hurricane engine is. That's what Tavares's goal was with the Dare 2030 initiative. Just dumb, absolutely retarded program that this idiot was pushing. Needless to say, and we don't know if it's going to bankrupt the company yet. It all depends on if they're able to turn this around, and it's not looking good right now, to be honest. But they had to cut him loose because you could see the damage as the stock, as those last call cars came out, and then they were sold. You could physically watch every day as the stock would do this and slide from a high almost up to $30, wherever it was, to crash all the way down to where it is now, where it fluctuates between 11 and $12. Literally 60% of the company's value just gone. While this guy is cashing $40 million checks and bonuses. Now he got those bonuses because of the all-time high and the where the stock was, but that was during Hellcat time. That was selling Demon 170s. That was selling Red Eyes. That was selling Challengers, Chargers, Scat Packs, Rams, TRXs, Power Wagons. That's why they were profitable where they were. And the vehicles weren't insanely overpriced. He continued to creep the price up from 2020 all the way up to 2023 to where they were at absurd prices. I've talked about this multiple times. When I bought my Scat Pack, the first one, the first Green Monster, I bought that car in North Carolina with my Ram Rebel and the TRX. I paid 39.8, whatever it was, out the door. That's taxes, everything included, and I ordered that car. Okay. There wasn't no $20,000 adjusted markup. And you're going to be, well, you're a YouTuber, TK. I think I had 40,000 subscribers at that time. It wasn't like I was a huge YouTube channel. So the dealership could give a rat's ass about me. All right. So that's not what it was. But now that same car, if they were still selling it today, that same car would sell for like $65,000. That's insane. A $25,000 basically increase in price over 4 years. That's absolutely insane. That's ridiculous. $6,500 a year. You're going up basically in value? Absolutely not. Nope. So Tavares basically raised prices, didn't want to do Hemis anymore because he didn't want to buy carbon credits. Well, the good thing is, for now, with a lot of these cuts, and this also comes from USDA, where I know a bunch of these carbon credit things go through too, as well as the EPA. They're killing it. We're not doing that. That's a wrap. They feel like that's part of the Green New scam. Now, that said, there are other countries and other organizations that will continue to do that, like the EU. So I don't know how Stellantis navigates that. But in terms of here in the US, Stellantis, if they decide to come out and start building a myriad of V8s, which they are, by the way, they're not going to have to deal with Elon Musk directly or deal with Tesla and buy credits from their EVs, being that Stellantis does sell their own EVs now. But they're not going to have to buy those extra credits from Tesla because the US is finding them or saying that they have to do it, have to pay for these carbon credits. That's over. That is done. All of the excuses, and we've watched it go one by one for these manufacturers, including like Stellantis is the main one, of why they don't want to get back to building V8s or doing V8 cars and trucks, are gone. There is no more excuses. There are no more excuses. If they get into development and pushing this now, before the end of the month, we'll have all of these CRAs, Congressional Review Acts, done, which obliterate the Clean Air Act, okay? We have other legislation that's up to just completely repeal the Clean Air Act. You have the Transportation Freedom Act, all this other stuff pending. Manufacturers need to get on the ball. Stellantis, like top of the list here, needs to get on the ball and start pushing. You know, I've already talked about it that they're already talking about putting Hemis in all these different products. But having a phone call with your board and saying, yeah, it would be nice if we did this and did this and did this with the Hemi, yeah, that sounds good. And not having the lifter issues or the Hemi tick because you don't have to do MDS and you don't need all that extracurricular BS on your engine is going to make those vehicles more reliable. You could bring down the price. They could rapidly turn the company around if they decide to do it. But there's no more excuses because there's no more of this carbon credit BS. We're not going to have to deal with this moving forward. So I think it's time that they get the ball rolling and get this going and start making some announcement companies. I'm telling you, I know it takes time for development and doing things of that nature, but Stellantis was teasing this damn electric charger for years before we ever saw it. And I think they could literally just have a startup video showing the back of a bumper and some exhaust pipes. Not that I may have already seen this already. That starts off and you hear that Hemi rumble. They could just release that video now. Might help. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you guys excited that this BS, dumb, absolutely stupid carbon credits program is being pushed to the side? I think it's great for auto manufacturers here in the United States, and it's going to let them build a lot of interesting stuff. And I'm also talking to you, Farley, at Ford. You said you wanted to build iconic cars. Now's the time to do it. There's no excuses anymore. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.